we want to talk about men's biggest frustration in a relationship. And what it is,
we hear this. I want to laugh because I hear this. I used to hear this from Adam all the time, and we hear it from men all of the time. And the men will listen to this and just know, but actually so will the women, because this used to grate at me anytime I'd hear Adam say this. It would just
and me as well. The feeling. So what it is, it's not feeling like anything is ever going to be good enough to satisfy. So you try harder at work to provide more financially, and it's not enough. Or you try harder around the home to do more with the kids, or to give your wife or your partner what she needs, or to do the jobs around the house, or to just be there to support her. And it's like you're constantly missing the mark. It's never enough. Or the bar's constantly moving higher and higher and higher. And you just feel like no matter what you do, you can't win. And we hear this so much. And for men, it's incredibly frustrating. And it can lead to a place, if it's not addressed and it's not understood by both partners, it can end up in a place where either the man will give up or the woman will give up. And you go your separate ways. But if you could just come back to understanding the fundamental needs of both
and just,
men and women in a relationship, it can really dissolve those issues.
And just get it out in the open. I didn't know Adam was feeling that for a long time. When he got it out, I heard him say it all the time, but I didn't understand what that emotional need was inside of him that it was bringing up, which is, not enoughness. When we're constantly saying oh, I want this house, and then we get the house, and then we get in the house and we're like, I want this vacuum, I want this pool, I want this, and it's like, for a man, when a woman says that, she really doesn't mean get it for me now. But men are wired in that they want to solve problems, and women don't believe me when they first start working with us. And if I'm honest, I didn't believe it 3 years ago when we were having a hard time. But men want to please women. Our men want to please us. They want to win. And when we're constantly moving the bar, constantly saying the next thing, or more, to them it sends a message of what I'm doing is not enough. She's not happy, I'm failing, and I can't win. And that is not good for their testosterone. Their testosterone drops, their motivation drops. And then they literally start to think, well, why am I in this relationship? She's not happy. I can't give her what she wants. Is it ever going to be enough? And it becomes a bit of a cycle and a rut that you get stuck in. And I didn't know that I was helping to create this rut because honestly, I know, maybe some women, but most women don't say, I want this and I want that, and, I want this for the kids. It's not actually about tearing a man down. It's not about pushing him to the edge. It's about creating something together. Women, a lot of the time, we're creatures of collaboration, when we're in our healthy feminine, and we want to work together. But men are very task orientated, very kind of lone wolf energy when they're in their masculine, and they have to, learn how to work with their partner to achieve these goals together. And it's something that, we still have to work on. But now it's not now there's less frustration, there's less friction. We've got it out in the open, we know what it is. So when I'm bringing something to Adam, I bring awareness to how can I communicate what I want to Adam in a way that it helps him to know that I'm here doing this with him. I don't expect him to just sort that thing out. I'm really happy with where we are right now. How can I show him that I'm grateful for where we are, but I'm excited for where we're going together? And bringing more awareness to that conversation and speaking it more from your heart, so that you can actually acknowledge and appreciate the wins along the way. Men really need you to acknowledge and appreciate the progress on the way, because otherwise they don't have the motivation to keep going. And they just kind of feel what is the point, So. And
what we're saying here is not to say that men don't like a challenge. Or we don't like to be given extra things to achieve and to strive for. But it's just when that list of things to do becomes too big and seems insurmountable,
and like
that
never
men
ending
and never ending, it just becomes like it's just easy to give up.
Yeah,
It
and there's no appreciation.
Yeah, especially when you're really already pushing and you're trying your best to move things forward and to achieve all the things that both you and your wife or your partner want to create, and then you still can't get to those goals. That's when we want to give up.
Yeah.
So it's just keeping things in check, and like Aston said, bringing awareness to how you're communicating to your man and how you're asking for the things that you want. And just doing it in a bit more of a loving way.
Yeah.
And then showing appreciation, like Aston said, for the things he's already doing. It'll fill him up and give him the sense of pride and confidence and just a desire to continue to strive for those things that you both want to create.
Yeah, and once you've got this frustration out in the open and you've cleared the air, you can move through so much more in your relationship. So this is normally the block and the frustration that is keeping you separated. So if you can, expose this, work through it, work with a coach, read a book, do a course, like get help and support to help you work through it. That's what we did. Once we'd exposed it, we were like, okay, how do we work through this? How do we learn to communicate better? What are Adam's needs? What are my needs? How can we communicate them? How can we meet them? Then it's so much easier to get on the same page and to create the life and the relationship that you want. And we would love to help you and to support you to achieve that. We've been there. We've been in your shoes. We know what it's like.
And it's hard doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know, and it's hard to learn something new or to even know what to learn to take your relationship to that next level when you don't have that additional perspective. If you have someone who's already been there before, it's like anything. Whether you're learning a new sport or a new skill or a new job, if you have someone who's already done it, it just speeds up the process so much more. And we've been there. Yeah. We've almost had the divorce. We've worked out a way through it. And we've got so many tools and resources now, and an incredible program called Ignite and Unite, where we can show you the way. So if you need help, all the information's down in the comments below.
Yeah.
And
click the link.
we'll see you next time.